In the days when Israel was ruled by kings, and prophets walked boldly before thrones, there lived a man named Naboth, a Jezreelite, whose name meant, fruits, or, produces, a fitting name for a man who owned a beautiful vineyard. This vineyard wasn't just a patch of land, it was his family inheritance, passed down through generations. It was sacred to him. It was legacy. It was honor. But nearby, in an opulent palace, sat a king who cared little for legacy or honor. His name was Ahab, king of Israel. A powerful man, but weak in will. A man with authority, but no restraint. Ahab looked out from his palace window and saw Naboth's vineyard, lush and fruitful, resting beside the palace grounds in Jezreel. Greed was born in his heart. One day, Ahab went down to Naboth and made a seemingly reasonable offer. "Give me your vineyard, that I may have it for a vegetable garden, because it is near my house. I will give you a better vineyard for it, or if it seems good to you, I will give you its worth in money." But Naboth, a man of principle and obedience to God's law, replied firmly, "The Lord forbid that I should give the inheritance of my fathers to you." You see, in Israel, land wasn't merely property. According to Leviticus 25:23, the land belonged to the Lord. It could not be permanently sold. Naboth stood not just for his rights, but for God's law. Ahab went home, angry, sullen, and sulking like a child. He lay on his bed, turned away his face, and refused to eat. Enter Jezebel, the queen. She was a Sidonian princess, the daughter of Ethbaal, high priest of Baal. Jezebel was cunning, ruthless, and feared no man, nor God. She saw her husband sulking and asked, "Why is your spirit so sullen that you eat no food?" Ahab poured out his frustration, telling her how Naboth refused to give up the vineyard. And Jezebel, unimpressed by his weakness, responded with chilling resolve. "Do you now govern Israel? Arise, eat food, and let your heart be cheerful. I will give you the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite." What she did next would darken the pages of Israel's history. She forged letters in Ahab's name, sealed them with his seal, and sent them to the elders and nobles in Naboth's city. She wrote, "Proclaim a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people. And seat 2 worthless men before him, to bear witness saying, 'You have blasphemed God and the king.' Then take him out and stone him to death." And so it was done. A false fast was proclaimed, under the disguise of religious piety. 2 scoundrels were brought forward, men without conscience. They falsely accused Naboth of blasphemy and treason. And the people, deceived or afraid, took Naboth outside the city and stoned him to death. And as if that cruelty wasn't enough, his sons were also killed, to erase his bloodline and eliminate any future claim to the vineyard. 2 Kings 9:26. Jezebel received word that Naboth was dead. And like a predator offering prey, she told Ahab, "Arise, take possession of the vineyard." And Ahab went, and took it. But heaven had seen. Blood cried out from the earth. And the word of the Lord came to the prophet Elijah. "Arise, go down to meet Ahab king of Israel, who is in the vineyard of Naboth. There he is, taking possession of it." Elijah, God's fierce messenger, appeared before Ahab and declared judgment. "Have you murdered and also taken possession? Thus says the Lord, in the place where dogs lick the blood of Naboth, dogs shall lick your blood, yes, yours." He continued, "I will bring disaster upon you. I will cut off every male in Ahab's line. Your house will be like the house of Jeroboam. And concerning Jezebel, the dogs shall eat her by the wall of Jezreel." And though Ahab humbled himself briefly, the judgment remained. Years later, Ahab died in battle, pierced by an arrow. His blood spilled into his chariot, And when they washed the chariot in the pool of Samaria, dogs licked up his blood, just as Elijah had prophesied. And Jezebel, she was thrown down from a window by her own servants. Her body crushed on the pavement. And when they came to bury her, only her skull, hands, and feet remained. The dogs had devoured her, by the wall of Jezreel. Just as God said. What do we learn from this? Injustice may prosper for a moment, but not forever. God sees all, even what is done in secret. Land, legacy, and obedience to God's commands matter. False witnesses can destroy lives, but they cannot silence truth. Judgment delayed is not judgment denied. Power without righteousness leads to destruction. Those who shed innocent blood will answer for it before God.